Divers have uncovered more pieces of evidence today linked to the disappearance and the murder of Tricia Todd, that Hope Sound mom killed by her ex-husband. And now's John Shaman is at Hungry Land Preserve in Martin County, where the search is wrapped up for today. John?
Well, that's right, Shannon. If you look right here, this is the canal where divers went in earlier this morning at the Hungry Land Preserve. And let me take you over here to show you that it's not very far from where investigators found Tricia Todd's remains last week, where that pole is. That's where she was discovered buried. Now, divers went into the water just before 9 this morning. The sheriff calling today's findings painful and disturbing. And not long after the divers went in, they started recovering evidence. We'll show you what we took video of earlier today. Recovered 2 battery-powered saws and a set of pliers. Now, the sheriff says there was hair found on at least one of the saws, but perhaps the most shocking find, 9 human teeth found along the canal bank. And the sheriff says they'll have to do DNA testing to determine for certain whether they were from the victim.
It would seem apparent that they were removed by Stephen Williams for the purpose of frustrating our investigators in what he had to assume would be their attempts to identify Tricia's remains.
Now, no other remains were found today. Sheriff Snyder says their theory is that Todd was strangled by her ex-husband, Stephen Williams, and he dismembered her later, burying her at the Hungry Land Preserve. Now, in a plea deal, Williams agreed to a 35-year prison sentence on a second-degree murder charge. That plea agreement, contingent on Williams leading detectives to Tricia Todd's body. Now, volunteers using sonar over the weekend gave the sheriff's office a good idea of where to search in the canal. Now, coming up all new at 5 o'clock, we will talk to some of those divers who went in the canal today and found that evidence. We are live in Martin County. I'm John Shaman for the Now, South Florida.